Shockwave. The man, the myth, the legend, the cotton of Cotton Ministries. Psychodwarf 9. Jill Powers, the River Daughter. Snortofoo Mischief were my favorite polar bear on YouTube. The man, Paradega Outlaw. Tyrannous Cygnus. Roll Tide, Kiwi Chow, Roll Tide, my brother. Olds Gamer, 72 Cutlass. Chris Persia, the wrench of wrenches. It's Pops. Juliet. My muffin from another public show, PJC. Mephisto's movie reviews. The immortal Ghost Rider. Wah, wah, wah. Unbelievable! It's the incredible Iron Captor. You know him, you love him. Dean Krantz. The DJ of DJs, DJ Ronnie D. And a sip of coffee for the working man. Good morning, greetings, one and all, and welcome to Talk Hard Taco Tuesday. What in the, are we in some alternate dimension? No more multiverses. We said this. We said no more multiverses. What is going on here? Holy crap. Yeah. So my good friend Pops and my good friend Ironcaster are here from Talk Hard, which we do every Tuesday, where we talk about a great movie or a crappy shark movie each week, and it is an honor to have them both in the studio. We've never done this before. We've never done, like, I guess it's like a crossover. So
worlds collide for sure. Definitely. It's good to be here. Hail to all of you in Valhalla. Love you all. It's so great to be here. It's always great to hang out with you, brother. And yeah, it's Talk Hard in the morning. I'm not sure people can handle this. This is too much. We good.
Look, you got to give out a little bit of sample every now and then. You know, you got to let people know what they can expect. Apparently, can't expect me to talk.
And good morning, Jester of Sin. Good morning, brother. Good morning, everybody. If I missed you, I don't think I missed anybody. I think I got everybody. Tail End Studio says, "What's up, peeps?" He's over on X. He's been using brand X, not that blue Tweety, whatever it is. Project Cambrian, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Good to see everybody for this special week-long Thanksgiving hoo-ha, hooty-doody party where we talk about what we are thankful for. And this morning we're going to talk about how thankful we are to talk hard because we still can. Holy shit. Man. We're still able to do that.
Yeah.
Even after all these years.
Man, I'm getting heat already for the sweater. First off, there's only like 3 weeks to Christmas. Like, it just moves so rapid that I went ahead and just pulled out the Christmas stuff already. And this isn't one of the ugly ones, Loki. This is actually the Boba Fett one. This is actually like okay compared to some of the others. I have like the llama sweater. Could have broke that out for you because that's pretty bad.
Well,
But-
we'll see. I chose to to lean into it, and I actually did bring the heat.
Oh, that's true.
He brought the heat. He brought the fire. I've got a Snoopy one. The wife the other day was like, "I hope you won't be mad at me. I know you don't do sweaters." I'm like, "Oh no, what did she do?" And she pops it up, and it's got Snoopy's house on it, and Snoopy's like chilling back, and it's all Christmassy. And I was like, "Okay, I will wear that. You got me on that one. I will wear that. It's got the Snoopy on it. We're all good." Good morning, Captain Fandom Nerd. How are you doing, brother? Good morning, everybody. Good to see everybody. So, what was it like 2 years ago now? Has it been 2 years? It's been like a year and
It's
a
been
half.
over 2 years. It'll be 3 years in March.
When did Halo start again?
Yeah, 3 years in March.
3 years in March.
Yeah.
So I'm scrolling through the YouTubes because that's what I do when I'm like, jogging or on the bike or whatever. I'm scrolling through YouTube and I see this show, Talk Hard. Or had you named it Talk? You haven't named it Talk Hard yet.
Yeah, we did Halo first, and we came out of Halo, and I was back and forth with you guys about, is it, you guys want to keep the show going? Are you having fun? Do we really enjoy doing this or not? And everyone was in agreement. Yeah, let's just do this. We could even, bring in guests from time to time, but we're really enjoying this process. Then you and I were messaging, I think, about the name first. I don't think I had Ironcaster in the loop yet. Cause I was like, I got to kind of whittle down the thoughts of what we're doing. And I threw out a couple, and Talk Hard was among them because that's been, Pump Up the
Me
Volume.
and you
was
had talked
integral.
about that.
Yeah,
We about
integral
like
in
what
our background.
inspired. We
Yeah.
had some, talk in the back after a show or something. Oh
Yep.
man, I love that movie. I love that movie
Yeah.
too. And
Yeah.
so the Talk Hard thing came up, and that's part of the reason why I'm here. That and Good Morning Vietnam are the two big reasons why I was like, you know what? Yeah, Good Morning Valhalla.
And that's
the
what's in
Rebel
those
Radio.
clips on the intro. Usually, those are mostly clips from Pump Up the Volume and Good Morning Vietnam. So the radio's playing and the tape's moving, and that kind of thing. Yeah, those are the two, definitely, for sure. We share that, I think, in agreement. And there's other people that do as well, but for us, it was really integral. And then we've been able to sort of bring Ironcaster along for that, expose him to different things, and go, wait a minute, what is this world where we can just yes, and that's what we do. That's what we've done. So it's been great.
There's been a number of movies that we've been going into where it's like there's so many almost obvious, like, you have to have seen this movies, that in some cases I'm like, no.
Yeah. We just had Bloodsport. He hadn't seen Bloodsport. I was blown away that he hadn't seen Bloodsport. That was actually one I was surprised by. Some of them I'm not surprised, but that one, I was surprised by that one.
There's been a couple where I was like, oh my God, you haven't seen this? We gotta watch it. We gotta do that movie, Pops. We gotta watch that movie. And it, to come together and we've got this Talk Hard family now that you've grown into this thing all over a crappy TV show. That's where it started.
Yep.
It did. Halo was horrible. Halo was like the worst. That and Picard that year were like the two worst shows you could watch. I think it was season 2 of Picard and Halo were going on at the same time. It was crap. We were getting such crap. And I wanted Halo to be good. I really did. I wanted Halo to be really good, and they screwed it up. And you had this whining, crying brat throwing a fit. I wish I had that clip. Got it somewhere.
Or Master Chief pulling a chip out of his butt.
Yeah.
I stand strong that I think our version of talking about Halo is way better than Halo itself. It's the closest you're going to get to Mystery Science Theater, and I don't even know some of the characters' names. I only know the nicknames we gave them. So at that point, I knew I was having so much fun with that. I was more than willing to continue, and our cast would have to pull up the list. I know we're well over. We had our 100th episode anniversary. We have to be around 112 probably or so, 115. We're still cruising along. Yeah.
If you give me a second, I will have this for you.
Yeah, but no, we're headed into Christmas season. We have 4 more Christmas talk cards coming after tonight's conversation about Dutch as we head into Thanksgiving. So, yeah, there's our long list. Look at that. He organized this year. That was the other thing we moved forward this year. Is he kind of did like a little order, kind of got them there, so kind of footnote them. We can go back, we could revisit something, we can know how many episodes we actually have. So yeah, awesome.
Highlander 2. Ugh.
Yeah, Project K-Rim, are you not familiar with the Halo nightmare of the microchips and Master Cheeks? Yes.
Master Cheeks.
Yeah.
There's my favorite, number 64, Shark Side of the Moon.
Dude, it is still a bane of my existence. I'm still getting copyright flags from that freaking movie. Never had anything for what? It's been like 2 years, right? Loki, it was the first summer. Didn't have anything this whole time, within the last 3 weeks, man. It's like this clip, this clip, this clip. So it's just been, and then we played it again for like a best of. We included it in some of the best of with all these different rants that we had during that. Oh, yeah. Shark Side of the Moon, the legacy. Poor Chris Purge, he's out there. He's got some serious PTSD from Sharkcaster shenanigans.
He's had to watch it with us.
Yeah,
Chris Burgess had to watch all this stuff with us. So, Chris, our hats off to you, man.
Yeah,
You're not even up here taking recognition for your thumbnails or what you do, and you had to watch this crap with us.
Yeah, he's been with us this whole time, and he endures the pain as much as any of us, for sure.
And then just to show off a little bit, like some of the stuff that's sort of on our radar, and some things we kind of have tentatively scheduled that are subject to change, but depending on demand, we might bump them up.
Yeah, we don't have anything locked in.
I've got something here for you guys.
Oh,
we'll take a little trip down. Well, I don't have it on this computer, but I seem to have found it nonetheless. This is from my Google Drive, and it's 2022. So I made this for Pops in 2022.
Oh, this is Halo.
This is a highlight.
This is what you want from your giant
action.
cyborg sci-fi action show. Yep. Is a spoiled little brat throwing a
teenage Asian girl that's not in the game, irrelevant to the story, handcuffed to a motorcycle, throwing a tantrum and beating it with a rock. So,
and because of her horrible ass haircut, we named her Mrs. Mullet.
Miss Mullet.
We had a couple of those. Hot Pocket.
Not Dave Chappelle.
Not Dave Chappelle.
Strawberry Spartan is my favorite. I actually am I'm ready to figure out how to get a shirt made with the strawberry, her face just says Strawberry Spartan, because she's the best. Yeah, Halo brought us together, my friend. Halo brought us together.
At one point, it's like the show realized what we were doing. Like they knew, they were looking out and seeing who was actually watching the show and talking about it. They started naming characters, giving characters their own dumb names. Like they got a guy in the show named Squirrel, and that's the name we would have picked.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So this is our. I think this is the first little clip thing I ever made. Was her throwing the spit to this just dramatic music, and she's stuck, repeating herself over and over and over again to
Loki
make it more.
Made it better. Captured the motions. I was pretty close. Looks like my count. Looks like tonight's show will be 115.
You might be right.
It says 92 and then 22, so kind of the Halo. So yeah, tonight's show will be 115. Yeah. So sometime around February, then that'll probably put us around 125. A little bit longer than that, probably March. But yeah, pretty cool.
And of course, then we had to do season 2. And Pops is like, here's the keys.
Expectations. It's just clearly fan fiction.
But Loki, it wouldn't have been as exciting for the audience.
Wouldn't have been as exciting for the audience.
Oh. Ong Bak. Oh, Ong Bak's greatness.
Fun.
It's the best.
It's that look right there. That look, test me, mother. Yeah.
So those of you who don't know, I had never seen Ong Bak, never even heard of Ong Bak until Loki's took us around it. And I had so much fun with this movie. And we just laughed our butts off at this movie. It's like Jackie Chan, but it's so much more raw and gritty and indie film feeling. And yeah, there's a couple of moments that are just freaking great. And it's our biggest talk hard. Maybe one among my biggest videos ever, but it's definitely our biggest talk hard. I think it's over 13,000 views.
Oh, it's great because they picked it up. What Thailand, whatever.
Yeah,
wherever
Thailand
they
or
filmed it.
Philippines and both or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of gets views every day, every month. So yeah, it kind of keeps rolling. Yeah.
So Meph says, Loki, someday I'll show you my podcast schedule list. Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, man. He's way, way organized, man. He makes us look like nothing, man. He's organized out for months.
Well, I'm completely disorganized, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, we kind of create. I think what we did with this sheet is I got Ironcasher to compromise with me what I kind of had for notes, and now it's sort of like casually updated for out into next year. So there's certain things that we have that we will definitely put on the radar screen, but other things kind of move around a little bit. So
All right, so if you want a rundown of what Halo was like, this is it. You had the Master Chief. It wasn't the Master Chief.
it's barely in it. Yeah,
It's
Walk
just
down.
John.
Oh, hi, John.
Autumn
Sunrise.
That's actually one of your best and most clever nicknames.
Doctor.
That was definitely an Ironcastle gem.
Not Tana.
Not
Yeah,
Tom.
Karen Tana.
Hot Pocket.
Hot Pocket. No,
He wants
not
to be Dave
Chappelle.
Michelle.
Yeah, we don't even acknowledge this poor guy's fate.
She's our favorite.
Introducing star of the show, Strawberry Sparkle.
Well, yes, let's rub some gun grease in our hair.
This is
Just to
not
look special.
Halo. Yes.
So the
This is
dude that
not-
plays not Dave Chappelle is in other shows. I think he's in Ghostbusters, like Frozen Empire, or maybe it's Afterlife. And I like he's no longer that actor to me. He's just not Dave Chappelle.
Yep.
Poor dude. I'm
He's
sorry,
in-
dude. Totally
He's in
stigmatized.
Riddick. He's in the third
Yeah.
Riddick movie.
Yeah.
And I always, he's gonna kill all of us. He's gonna come in here and he's gonna do this. And he's got this deep, gravelly voice. And he's like, he's just gonna take us all out, see what's gonna happen. And now I'm like, oh hey, not Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, I feel the same way, man. I'm like, wow. Yeah.
We want to be edgy and we want to cast someone like Dave Chappelle, but we don't want Dave Chappelle because then that would be too edgy and we'd get canceled.
He always looks like he's like right on the verge of just saying like fudge.
Yeah. And he does spend most of his time just being angry. It's not like he's a great performer. He pretty much has a very similar face pretty much the whole time, just walks through scenes. But he's never bad either. He never he's no Keith David or anything like that. We're not going to get some great emotional thing. We're not going to get something that's going to last or anything like that. So, all right.
Shellback has a question for you, Pops.
Who's happy and who's hairy and who's hard on? Wow. I'm not sure Ironcaster's seen Pump Up the Volume to even get the reference. Yeah. So
Okay,
we've kind of
so-
helped. Yeah, we've kept that quiet from him so it wouldn't ever be spoiled. So whenever he first watches Pump Up the Volume, he would actually get the full. And Squeaka, of course, is completely oblivious to all of this happening. So, yeah.
He's
so yeah,
got to
I'll
be
shout back-
hairy. He's got to be hairy.
Yeah, he's hairy. That's clearly. And then I would think that the other two, I think Loki and I probably just take turns. Like sometimes one week I'm happy and he's hard on, and vice versa. So I think it just depends on the week. I think is how that plays out. And there's
who's
Squeaka
pissed
just
off
going.
and who's not.
Yeah, Squeaka's just like, what the hell's going on? It's basically, yeah,
Squeaky's back being the eat me, beat me lady.
dear Lord.
What?
Yeah,
She's a character in a movie.
No, I know,
Stop
but
your
I'm
bad
just out of
thoughts,
context. Ironcatcher was like, I gotta speed up watching this movie before.
Oh, I'm taking notes.
Maybe we'll put that on the 30th anniversary. Is make sure that we talk
It's
about
the
Pump
name
Up
of
the
a character. Get your
Yeah, it
mind
is.
out of the
It is a
gutter.
character. Yeah. Good times, man. Good times. I look forward to. I'm very thankful. I know that was our theme, and I am very thankful for Talk Hard. It makes my week. It's kind of my. I build everything kind of around that event, if you will. I've been trying to figure out how to maybe I don't want to say copy it. It's its own thing, but do another day, do another show, do another night or something, and just the world's against that. The schedule, the universe keeps just setting blockades up from having a second event night or something like that. So,
well, the thing is, like, I've kind of come to this opinion that out of all the days of the week, Tuesday is probably tends to be the worst day of the week. And everyone always thinks Monday because Garfield, and it's like, oh, you're back to work. But when you stop and think about it, it's like, yeah, Mondays you're typically pretty well rested from the weekend. You had your relaxation, and the rest of the week kind of flows from there. Wednesday is hump day, so you're halfway there, to quote Bon Jovi. And then Thursday you're just starting to get ready you're looking forward to the weekend. Tuesday is like you don't even have that weekend high. You can't even have the water cooler talk of like, so what'd you do this weekend? To try to make some small talk with people at the office. Tuesday's just there.
we're bringing people some joy and happiness on their low. Is what you're saying.
Exactly. So it's key. It's essential to stop and make sure you have something on Tuesday to look forward to, like Taco Tuesdays.
That's good. That's good. Loki is bringing joy and happiness every Tuesday. It's like bookends. He starts with tacos. He ends with talking hard. I like it very much.
That's right. And we've got I've got gameplays in the middle now. They move from Wednesday to Tuesday, which means I've got like a full court press on Tuesday now. Shit. I used to be like, no, I'll only do live streams like max 3 hours a day. I'll do my show and I might do a couple of here and there. Now it's like, no, we're gonna you'll be on half the day. You'll be like, okay, that's cool. So
it's good. It's good.
But every Tuesday I'm like, what are we watching? What are we watching? What's in the box? What's in the box? Because
I do like the list idea because we can kind of lock things in. As Ironcaster says, sometimes I don't own it. I can get a chance to get a copy, or you have time to kind of like get to it sooner. Dutch was one of those tricky ones too, where it's not really available anywhere, folks. Like that's one of those oddball ones. I don't think there's a reason for it to be. I don't want to say censored, but I don't know. So.
Dean Krantz says, "Dear Lord, please forgive me." He quotes Bon Jovi, but he has not watched Talk Hard. I know it's a big ask, but please forgive him.
I just love the Bon Jovi references. He has the hair. He has the hair to quote Bon Jovi as much as he wants. I got to be honest. So
yeah, oh yeah, he's got the hair. And I'm jelly. Ironcaster. What the hell, man? You're like the young culture casino. You're the son. We often tease him about being the son of culture casino.
Yeah.
Hold on, something. My console's like, what the hell is going on?
Ironcaster, there's a show like an oddball show or anything like that we did that you wish we would do again, kind of like our show and tell night or something like that, or I know we've just done a few random type things every now and again, not like a movie. So I'm just curious of what your thoughts were.
Here we go. Hold on 1 second before you answer that, Ironcaster. Please let me welcome the other quarter of Talk Hard every Tuesday, Squeaky Mouse.
The queen is here.
I didn't have it. Okay? I didn't have. Yes, we can hear you. Hold on 1 second. Here we go.
Yay.
Sorry, I'm late. I'm actually out of state. Yay me.
She's on the run.
She's out of state.
I'm on the run. You're right. Ironcaster didn't tell anybody.
Mouse on the run.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes. Happy Thankful Week. Hope you're doing well.
I am. So this is one of the things I am absolutely most thankful for this year. Y'all are I still question every day. I'm like, why does Pops allow me in?
Are you kidding? We are so blessed. It has been such a blast. I get to cut shorts from some of the episodes, and it always is fun, especially like one of my favorites was the Seven Samurai. Hearing the joy in your voice and the happiness of you experiencing that for the first time, things like that. Those are the moments that make this great, and you're definitely part of that. And I think the show is just so much better for it. I appreciate you each and every week.
Well, I love not just the new movies, but the diversity of opinions and knowledge on all of those movies. So it's not just, two people that have seen it several times and then maybe two people that haven't. Like Ironcaster does so much research, or the movies that he knows, or the pieces that he knows, and how he correlates things. And then Loki just knows everything and the funny parts of everything, and warns me when it's going to be sad. Like, and then there's you spearheading it all, Pops. Like, it's just, y'all are so amazing. I learned so much, and I have so much fun every Tuesday. It is, I love this. This is my favorite thing ever, is this Tuesday show. And I cannot thank all of y'all enough for just letting me participate and watch these movies with y'all and hang out. It really does make my weeks every week, no matter what's going on.
Well,
Agreed.
apparently, Squeaker, you make Mexican Iron Man's week, because he says in a 50, I can't believe that. I'm blown away with that 50-month member chat. One of the very first members to sign up says, I wake up and I see nothing but white oppression on my screen. I see zero diversity since you crackers elected that racist Trump. Squeaky gets a pass because she's cute. But I expect the 3 KKK dudes to send me reparation checks immediately. No, not happening. No.
Whoa.
Come mow my lawn, then I'll give you a check.
I'm really just here for the beard. I'm going to tell you that right now.
I will have you know, Mike, I've got my race card. I am a card-carrying Indian. So I get a pass.
So am I.
Yep.
So am I.
Loki's got 3 or 4
And he
different
knows
things
it.
as well. I tease him. So, yeah. No, I think, Squeaky, you're absolutely right. I think that the fun of us hanging out together was the fact that we were looking at, we came together because of Halo of 3 different perspectives. Like,
Oh, God. What
someone who's watched the show, loves the lore, whatever. Someone who knows nothing, and then kind of pull. Oh, no, wait.
You scared her off with the Halo
I
talk.
didn't mean to talk about Halo, make her run away. Holy cow!
Oh,
What
no.
happened? Oh well, no.
She might have got booted.
Yeah, she's on the road. So, but I think that having the like she said, the different
There she is.
perspectives. There she is. She's back.
I'm on my phone. I hit the back button. My bad.
It's okay.
But I was just saying, all that different perspective is even more so now that you've come into it, because you talk about, like we do, like the anime stream. You're talking about some of these different things. You bring together different experiences, stuff that I just don't know. So I love the fact that there's more of that, even now than there was before. So
I noticed things like Jean-Claude Van Damme's tongue. That's what I'm here for.
Oh, I don't think it's his tongue you're looking at.
Are in Pulp Fiction where, oh my gosh, I can't think of his name.
Butch?
Oh, what's his? Yes, Butch's face is like 2 different faces. These are the weird things I noticed. That's what I'm for.
She's somewhat responsible for one of the most famous Talk Hard quotes of all time: "The kick 'em in the daddy bags."
Look him in the daddy bags.
That's what started it. I love the fact that Loki. I saw where he was going with this, and he just let me jump on that bandwagon and go with him, and it was so much fun. It was a great time. Just that is one of my favorite streams. Easy is the Karate Kid stream.
Yeah, poor Adega
Squeaker
playing the
is-
ultimate of straight guys.
Squeaker took, okay, so you know how they do like an alley-oop in basketball? I can serve it up. There are people that cannot like deliver, but Squeaker was like, Loki, I can jump, and she used her mouse acrobatic skills and did like a 360 and slammed that ball into the hole. And I was like, rock on. I love working with this chick. Because there's, like I said, it's not every day you can just serve something up and someone knows exactly what to do with it and where to go with it.
Yep.
You can't teach that. And Squeak could just, bam, slam that ball in.
Talk hard, Karate Kid. Go ahead, Aaroncaster.
One of my favorite aspects of doing the show is just the fact that we have all these different perspectives. We have the veterans who've been there and seen this, who've been there, done that, seen it before. Can start throwing out quotes left and right. We got a little bit of knowledge of some behind the scenes stuff. We've got that fresh perspective. Usually, someone who's like, I've never seen this before, so this is kind of a chance to experience this for the first time, and kind of so we get that much wider range of opinions just based on the experience with the movie.
when
Right.
and we get surprises too, and we'll get excited about all sorts of stuff because when we were talking and what was it, Kung Fu Hustle got brought up. As soon as it got brought up, I was like, dun, 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 dun,
Axe Gang.
dun, dun,
Yes.
dun, dun, doing the Axe Gang dance, and you're just like, yes, we've got to watch that movie.
I
And
love
then
the
Ironcaster
fireworks.
will be like, let's do cocaine sharks on Mars, and we're all, oh.
Well, the most well, like, wait, what about the sequel? What or not? What about Stephen Chow's other movies?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
Like-
love Journey to the West. I love that movie. I want those little demon ornaments so bad. Where she turns them into the little ornaments. I'm like, oh, I wish I could find a set of those because they're adorable.
Yeah, look, you didn't make it for Journey to the West. I may have a hot take. I
No,
think
I
I
didn't.
like Journey to the West more than even Kung Fu Hustle. I don't mean it to insult Kung Fu Hustle. I just like it's like one of those like it just yeah. So really good time.
I grew up in this weird environment where like we could watch Star Trek and Star Wars and love both. So
true.
I've never been one that's like, you can't like this movie and like this movie more or any bullshit like that. No, it's just it's love for art, it's love for film, it's love for the craft of it, it's the actors, the whatever it is. You know, if you love it, you love it. If you don't, you don't. It's just the way it works.
Real quick, since I don't know how to navigate on this phone, can I just say a quick hi to everybody in chat that said hi to me because I can't type to them. I'm not adept at this whole phone YouTube thing.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it when I'm on my phone. I've only done that a couple of times.
I'm
But-
sorry. Hi,
And it
y'all.
doesn't let you. It won't let you like tag people either when you're on your phone. It doesn't work like that as well. So yeah, I hate when this. And
Well,
some
that's
people
what I
will
was
say hi
trying
to
to
you.
do.
Mhm.
I was trying to go to the chat, and then that's when I accidentally hit the back button, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna ask Loki if I can just say hi because
Of course.
I'm new here.
No, I can't respond at all in chat on my phone while I'm doing a show. I can't. I've got to have someone doing something. If I'm on my phone, it's like, okay, go live. Maybe I can hit the video in time. I'm not doing two. We're not doing anything complicated. It'll be simple. I won't be on video. I'll put the phone down. I do the hour. By the time I'm done, the phone's almost dead and we're done. Nothing, no
No
picking
bells and
out,
whistles,
you know,
baby.
no picking out anybody in chat, no nothing. It's bare bones, just a raw show because being on your phone sucks on StreamYard.
I did good to get a picture, y'all. Wait,
An old gamer 72 Cutlass has gifted a Loki's Morning of Mischief membership this morning. That membership has gone to Kali Hond. What is up, Kali? It is good to see you. Thank you so very much. Olds Gamer 72 Cutlass. You guys keep the fires burning bright. And Dean Krantz has also
Awesome.
gifted a Loki's Mornings of Mischief membership, and that membership has gone to WAP. What is up, brother? Thank you so much, Dean. Guys, the memberships, seriously, the memberships really make the difference. You guys are absolutely amazing. I've got, let's see, what do we got? What's in the box? We've got Rohirrim. We've got Rohirrim. You know what? I know. I know what we're going to do. We're going to give you a little rock and roll this morning.
You're a very funny man, senor.
You know, Ironcaster, you could be like Alp's cousin too.
you're a very funny man, senor.
Very, very funny man.
Oh, that's
Ironcaster.
Mike. That's Mexican Iron Man.
It's because we
The
all look
whole
alike.
thing was designed to tease the shit out of Mike. So, because Alf, he hates Alf. Alf is an arch nemesis because he's an illegal alien. That makes perfect sense. Tyrannus Cygnus has also gifted a Loki's Mornings and Mischief membership. Thank you so very much, brother. And that membership has gone to Canadian Survivalist. You guys absolutely. Thank
Loki, what are you talking about? Mike loves Alf. Like we've seen him hug Alf.
Yeah, he snuggles Alf. He did on our Die Hard stream. Talk hard moments are the best. That was the
Well,
best
keep
moment.
all
Look, he
those
wasn't there for it. He
receipts.
missed it live. It was so great. And I was like,
Keep
what?
all of those receipts because he
Yeah.
absolutely puts out
So-
this
so-
thing where he hates it.
Yeah, so Squeaka, Ironcaster had not seen Godfathers, which is Mike's favorite film, and he watches the beginning of every year. And
Oh, I haven't seen it either.
I know. So Ironcaster just keeps stressing Mike out about it, and Mike panics, grabs his Alf stuffed animal, and just starts hugging it like a therapy doll. It was the best live. Yeah, that happened. Talk hard.
You know-
Don't want to miss those episodes, guys. Die hard.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You know, I used to watch. My dad would like VHS clone. You know, we'd go down, we'd get 3 movies from the video store on Friday, and he would clone them. He'd tape the tape, right? That was the way we got movies back then, because we were in trouble. We were poor as shit when we came to Texas, because he was supposed to go to work for NASA. The Challenger just exploded, and when he showed up for work day 1, they were like, "Yeah, you don't have a job, sucker." And he went back to school, so we didn't have shit. I mean, we had very little. And I remember my uncle. We were at my aunt's house, and my uncle Clarence, which was my dad's brother. They were talking about something. He was like, "You haven't seen?" Because I was like, "What movie are you talking about?" It's like, "You haven't seen Godfather?" And I was like, "No." And he goes, "Jimmy, what are you doing to this kid?" That's my dad's name. And he's not ready for that. He goes, "Yeah, he is. We would have watched something like that." He goes, "No, we wouldn't have. We would have watched, Star Trek or blah, 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 blah." I go, no. Here, go home and watch this. And I watched it. And I watched it again. It was one of the very first movies that was like an adult movie that I was like, watch. And it's little things like that I think are the reason why I've got this, like, no, there has to be a standard. There has to be a standard. Yeah, everything has its place. You've got the B movies that are like, Sharkopolis and all of that. That's fine. But real cinema, there's got to be a standard. I feel like we've gone so far off that
Well, I
just
feel
kinda-
like even the B movies have a standard. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, just because they're not top tier cinema, I feel like even the B movies have their own little standard that they kind of adhere to, and it's still better than some of the stuff that they're putting out as cinema today. Like, it's still it's not any different. It's just it's its own category. Like a B side on a record.
There was a different just assumed standard to making a film, because you go back, watch so many of these B movies, like these like one word titles that are like bottom shelf, VHS store movies, and they've got more competent writing in a lot of those than what you're seeing in a lot of films today, where they actually remember to set things up and pay those off.
Yeah, we talk about it regularly on our show, right? From Halloween to the Evil Dead franchise, these low budget, uber low budget, I'm talking hundreds of thousands of dollars of budgets that are made, 40, 50 years ago, have more attention to detail with the set design, costumes, setups, and callbacks, things like that we have in modern cinema. I actually just did a rewatch of 2001. It's not a film that I enjoy watching regularly, but it is a beautiful film. And the attention to detail and the technology and the sci-fi stuff in the late 60s should make your head hurt whenever you see modern sci-fi, because you're like, whoa, this is what Star Trek had done. This is what 2001 had done. This is where we're at. This is pretty sad and vanilla. And I think that's exactly what Squeaky you're talking about is we've seen this with so many of the movies, even with like Kung Fu Hustle and Journey to the West, which are by all practical purposes extremely low budget. Look at the extras that we were talking about. Look at the costumes that we're talking about. Like it's crazy how much is spent trying to get those elements right, and you remember things from
it. Yeah, especially considering like with back then, you don't have to lean into computer effects. It's all practical.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and look at what happened now. The VFX guys came in, and practical effects went the way of the dodo. And all the VFX guys were like, "Get with the program, old man. Your old hat, your dinosaurs, go away. We don't need practical effects. We've got CG and computers and yada, yada, yada." Now, all those guys are going to get replaced. buy
See, and I
some
miss
program
that.
that's going to do it for them.
That's one of my favorite parts about watching all these old movies, these older ones, is I love that. I love the pieces you can see where it like, oh, like that's obviously being glued together. You know what I mean? Like you're the Predator stream with the suit and Jean-Claude Van Damme in his bug suit. Like
Yep.
I love all these old effects, even in the Terminator movies, and like I want to go back and watch oh gosh, the RoboCop. Like I want to see all these older. Like I think it's awesome, and I while I understand computers and stuff have their place, things like that, I like the older forms of special effects.
And we'll get through some other films on the list. Like we'll get like Bullet, a Steve McQueen, like this car chase scene that is in Bullet is incredible because it's like this several minutes of actual cars crashing into. They're actually destroying real vehicles, and it's just truly spectacular. Or
That's
Towering
amazing.
Inferno. Yeah, Towering Inferno, where you take actual like big name movie stars and you put them in front of like actual pyrotechnics and water gushing around them. They're not like CGI'd in because how dare you mess up their hair? Like it's just all of that has been lost. And I think one of the things that we've been able to do with the show is we've been able to highlight some of those moments. And I look forward to doing more of it because I think that's what's great.
And you see it. One of the things you've
Big
seen
project
them.
came in.
One of the things you've seen them really lean into. Well, at least they did this last year with Godzilla -1. One of the, my pick for movie of the year right there. Godzilla -1 was this interweaving of practical effects, digital effects, CGI, all of it. And there's this scene, if you listen to what the director talks about for Godzilla -1, there's this scene where Godzilla's like face regenerates after it gets like blown part of it gets blown up. That scene took them like 2 weeks. Whereas a VFX crew that does all CG, all of that, it would have taken them like 3 months to do that one scene. Well, Loki, why would it take them that long? Because they've got to create everything from scratch. This, his head's already there. They've just got these parts that are marked out. So all they had to do was go in and digitally manipulate part of it, and it took them 2 weeks to do that. That's efficiency, man. That's saving money because they're spending all this money on all the CGI and digital effects. You're saving money just because you made this head for like $100,000, this Godzilla head, textured it, and then went in and altered it. That's brilliant. Do that. No, they won't let us because only VFX. You can't have an actual crew to do the practical effects now. That's insanity. You're wasting money. You're throwing time and money out. Go ahead.
I don't think it should be one or the other. I don't think it should be all computer or all, like, why not do that? Why not have a mix of which ones are the most efficient? And it's an art form. Well, why not do this one looks better? You know what? Instead of CGIing these people in and making their hair perfect, it's going to look better if we do it this way. Like, why not have a happy medium of this is the best for cinema and this is the best for the budget at the same time instead of, oh, no, we have to do all computers all of the time.
I also think it's just the creativity. Ironcast, remember how when we talked about Tremors and then we talked with the director, we had Ron Underwood on, and he was talking about how there were moments where things went wrong on set and they had to creatively come up with a way to shoot, the car's supposed to go down in the sand, but it didn't work. It only went down so far. They had to figure out how to change the camera angles to make it look like it was doing X. And then, oh, by the way, this was too hot or too cold. So we had to do this for City Slickers. So this would happen. So you wouldn't see the actual wranglers moving the cows around, our actors and things like. It's just that creativity goes into what you were saying, Squeak, about being an art form. And we can just keep going on because we've been able to touch on so many of those great moments, and I think I look forward to doing more of it because this is the best.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Ancaster.
Also, yeah, it's just the necessity is the mother of invention. So oftentimes when everything goes wrong, you have to get creative. You have to make it work. We've only got one chance at getting this scene right. So we better get it right. Otherwise we got no movie. It's those little stories like that just make getting into like the nitty-gritty of how some of these movies are made so much more entertaining, to know that like everything could have gone wrong, or these little specks of memorable scenes that would just work in the movie were, by it just kind of came out of necessity, and what we wanted didn't work, so now we got to make do with what we have.
Well, does anybody remember how many of y'all have seen the Lethal Weapon movies?
I haven't seen any of them. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Ironcaster, have you seen any of the Lethal Weapon movies? Have you seen the one with Joe Pesci?
I don't think so. I own them, but I just haven't seen them.
There's a scene at the beginning of the third movie where they're in a parking garage underneath this big building. Okay, that building was keyword a real building in California. They're down there. They're down in the parking sub level, right? And there's a car, and there's this big bomb in the car, and they've got to wire it. Of course, Riggs is crazy. He's like, "Oh, we'll cut the red wire." No, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, cut the blue wire. You just said blue. You need red. And they have this big thing, and then they come running out of the building, and the building explodes. Okay. They really did this, and Mel Gibson and Danny Glover really ran out of the building, and as they're running out of the building starts to explode. Now, the perspective is very important here because they were plenty far enough away from the building not to get hurt. But the way the camera is angled when the building explodes, it makes it look like they're like right by the building, but they weren't. Okay, so they were far enough away from the building that they weren't going to go up with the building. But watching that get made before the movie ever came out, because that's what I remember, was I'm watching this, and they're all standing around, they're drinking their coffee, and it's late at night, it's cold, and then you see Riggs and Murtaugh run out. You see Mel Gibson and Danny Glover run out of the building. Building explodes, and they're like, "Yeah, we only got one take. We have one take to do all of this. It has to be right. Everything has to work. Nothing can get screwed up," because they really are blowing up a building. They picked this building because they were going to blow it up, and they were like, "Hey, we'll film this shot in the movie of the building blowing up since you're going to blow up the building anyway." And it worked. Everything worked. You don't have to worry about that now. There is no, "Okay, guys, you know what we're going to do? We're going to have two guys just run down here in the middle of the day, and then we'll take it, to post, and we'll make it look like night, and then we'll face swap you guys so it's not really you. You don't ever have to be there." Something is lost in all that. There is something that is lost in all that doesn't translate, that people are just like, we don't care anymore. I knew about that explosion months before the movie came out. Mm-hmm. It's one of the most things I look forward to. I want to see this on the big screen. So me and my dad went. First, 10 minutes of the movie, that happens. I was waiting for it. I wanted to see it. It was exciting. It was a big payoff. I thought it was badass. Memorable part of the movie. That's just not there anymore because they aren't there. They're just either complete CGI, like in the Matrix, or they face swap with the stunt double.
I think
authenticity goes a long way in cinema. I mean, you can see you can see their facial expressions. You can see what's going on. You can, even if there's errors in set and things like that, that authenticity is sometimes what makes the movie. They're hustling and running from a building and sweating, and no matter how much you edit it in, it's still not going to look the same.
That's a great example, Project Cambrium. And to make that scene even more powerful was that when Heath Ledger hit the trigger, that they didn't coordinate the explosion fast enough. So him playing with it was all ad-libbed. So when he does that, all of that was just this great emotion that Squeaky you're getting at, because it's like that was not something planned. It was literally him just immersed in the role and just going with the flow and stuff like that. So,
but fantastic. That probably, I didn't see this movie, but that probably made the movie. I'm sure that heightened the sense of excitement, sure. Blowing it up. And
yeah. Oh, it's yeah, because he's Squeaky. He's dressed up like a nurse. So you've got Heath Ledger as the Joker, dressed up in drag like a nurse, and he's doing his thing out of the hospital, and then he's like, click, 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 bop, 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 and finally the explosion happens, and he's like, "Oh shit!" And you're like, brilliant. You would never think that was an accident. You would never think that.
But and you wouldn't get that if you had done it on a computer and put it in after, and you would have been like, okay, he's walking out, and that's like I said, that's that authenticity that makes a movie, in my opinion, is when these mistakes happen.
In tonight's movie, Dutch, one of the things that I think I was excited about, Ironcast, I know you love to dive into the trivia, so give us a little more details on this part for tonight's show, is that the writer, director, and producer went on that road trip creating the film. They went on this massive road trip with all these different locations and trying to put this together, and it adds that authenticity, that believability, kind of makes you want to go find some of these locations and areas where the film is made, because that creates this thing that makes it all very tangible and real. And I think that's the part that is kind of what we're all talking about, is at the back of it too. Something we can connect to.
Like, for example, like that fireworks store. Like, I want to go there.
I'm sure you do.
Like, sit out in the middle of like Tennessee. It's just a massive fireworks store that's got like so lit up you could see it from space.
Mm-hmm.
I look at this like, you know what? I wasn't planning to go to Tennessee anytime soon, but I gotta go there now. Like, where's my keys?
We've talked about that's the best spot for a meetup, is to go to is it the ICCC con there or something, Loki, in Tennessee?
Yep,
Maybe they're the best,
ICC con.
Yeah, maybe one of our best spots to go. It's kind of in the middle.
Speaking of road trips, and tonight I may actually be on the road while our timing is off, so
You got some little snot-nosed kid to go pick up.
I do. It's me. I'm the snot-nosed kid.
So there's Heath Ledger, and he's got a Harvey Dent for mayor sticker on his jacket. He's blowing up. He's like blowing up the hospital as he's walking around. So he's got multiple detonators, and he's blowing everything up. And everything's going to shit. And he's like,
And jump ahead a little bit so you don't get your copyright thing. Yeah.
Skippity doo da, skippity a.
Right, and he stops
Because it stops.
And it stops. And he's like, "What's going on? Why isn't that going on? Where's the rest?"
There you go. Looking around, nothing's happening.
What the hell? Why is it not blowing up? Click.
Come on.
Click.
What's going on with this thing?
Click. Boom. Oh shit.
I love that look where he does a little back, like, oh, maybe the side of the detonators was needed to happen.
Yep.
That's awesome.
There we go.
There it goes. Yeah. Then he just pulls away. So yeah, this is the part that makes it all so real. So great.
Little things like that add so much that you do not get with complete CGI. And I understand it's difficult, and people, part of it today is we'll just hand it off. I mean, imagine being a director and just going, "Don't worry about it. We'll fix it in post with CGI. Don't worry about it. Instead of yearning to get that perfect shot, instead of like, this has to be perfect, everything has to go right, you're just like, any mistakes, anything that's wrong with it, we'll just fix it in post." That is laziness, and that is handing the ball of your baby off, and it just shows you don't give a shit about what you're working on.
Well, I mean, there's the thing is, there's sort of two things that kind of go into that as well. You've got just the fact that it leads you to sort of giving an actor credence to be willing to go in there and get his hands dirty, to be sort of seen in these shots, to have just that little smidge element of danger there, but also all the imperfections kind of can make these movies stand out more. Where we the audience like to look for those little things in the background that aren't quite right. It gives us something more to get immersed with these films. So when there's little things wrong, it's okay. You strive for that perfection, but the flaws are perfectly fine. Within reason.
When we talked about The Thing, which is one of our earliest Talk Hards, we did Talk Hard The Thing. One thing we talked about was Rob Bottin. He did the special effects on that movie, and how he actually mixed real foods and stuff together. So there were eggs. It was actually a tangible substance. And because it is, he was talking about how much your brain connects to that. Even though it was fake blood, you still see it as something that actually is physically there. With the CGI stuff, a lot of times you're just like, you can just tell it's fake. You just don't have a reaction to it in the same way. And I think this is the thing that kind of we keep touching on for sure. So,
well,
Well, and I
and we
think
talked
one of
about
the-
the end of. Go ahead, Squeak.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say we talked about the end of that movie where they're in that basement, right? And how cluttered it was, and how much trash there was, and how much stuff was stacked up. The director stood there. He stood there and he looked around and he said, "This is what I want. Let's go." There's a huge difference between standing in a green room with nothing in it, with two actors, and standing in an actual set with all that stuff there that people went out and might have found in a trash bin or a gutter or whatever. Oh, hey, I found this cool looking thing. Let's put it up over here, this old radio. And you put that over there and it works. It's like when we did Aliens and we were talking about that warehouse. There was a empty warehouse, but it had all this stuff. It was shut down. It was closed and shuttered, but it had all these TV parts because they made TVs in there. And they took all these backs of the TVs and made walls in the colony in Aliens. That's freaking brilliant. They said it didn't cost us anything because we needed the building to do this scene. So all this stuff that was in here was just, we were like, what do you want us to do with it? And they were like, oh, you can chunk it or you can do this, you can do that. And we just took it and used it. And I was like, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Keep the cost of the movie down, and you've got all this stuff to make shit out of.
One of my favorite little setting notes is like, I think in the original Alien they used the styrofoam containers from like Big Macs and just stuck those to the walls to like make it look like it was just like this kind of more enclosed ship.
Well, one of the things that I love, and this may be just me, but when I see things like that happen or errors, or you see like the pieces in the background, or things like, first off, there's the behind the scenes that you can do where they talk about the warehouse and things like that. That's amazing to me, and all this lore behind the movie, rather than, oh yeah, we just shot this in a green screen. Like, this gives you something to talk about. But on top of that, when you see these effects and you see these stories and what they went through, and like watching them craft these things and these models or these the pieces or the sets, like, I have a great appreciation for the artists that have to make this, the craft, the creativity, the people that are sitting there. Oh yeah, you want an alien? Hold on, I got a vision for this. Like, that's what's lost by building all of this on a computer, is you've got architects, you've got artists, you've got all of these people putting into this movie, and it's for me to go watch this finished cinematic masterpiece, and yet I can still go and watch the behind the scenes thing and appreciate all of it. Like, I feel like that's been lost. It's like a community effort, whereas now it's just, oh, I did this on a computer.
Well, from someone who grew up watching CG, that's me, in video games. It started in video games. You had these CG movies, these, 2-3 minute CG movies in video games. And I was like, they're going to make movies like this. And it wasn't, I think, but 10 years later, that Final Fantasy Spirits Within, or whatever the hell it was, came out. And I was like, okay, here we go. But it wasn't ready yet. Watch that Spirit Within, or whatever the hell it's called, and then watch Advent Children. They are two completely different movies because the technology wasn't ready. Sony jumped the gun and they made this Final Fantasy movie, but it wasn't ready yet. I was all in. I was like, give me the CG movie. This is a great way. This is what's going to replace anime. And I'm glad it didn't, because I mean, you can enhance.
See, I'm on that. I grew up with that too, and I remember that. I remember that being a big deal. And because I'm out myself, I'm of the same generation, so I remember all that. And I remember CGI in games and it getting progressively better. And I remember when I first saw that the Final Fantasy movie, I was like, this needs to stay in games. I want this to stay in games. I don't want my movies to turn into this. I don't I could see the benefits of having things cleaned up a little or tidied up a little, or maybe some really out of budget shots, or really, oh, we need a supercar explosion, maybe adding some of that in. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't want this to be my movie.
Yeah.
And I remember being so afraid that's where we were headed.
The Mexican was here earlier, Polly. We all got called racists and told that we need to excuse ourselves, except for Squeaka. Mike didn't go off on Squeaka. He was like, love you, sweet thing. And
Mwah, love you too, sweet thing.
No, we decided to make tacos with spaghetti today.
Yeah, tacos with
Only
Italians.
if you break the spaghetti. You got to break the spaghetti before you cook it.
Yep.
Paulie, the race
Okay.
swapping never gets good, does it? The same.
We've got a Talk Hard coming up later today, don't we? On your channel, Pops.
Indeed. Dutch, 5:30 Eastern time, 4:30 Central time start time. We'll be back talking about Dutch. Great little comedy around Thanksgiving, so it'll be kind of fun to head into that. Then kind of transition us into our Christmas season, which we have some great stuff coming up that include Violent Night and Gremlins, and I believe Squeaka's favorite, The Year Without Santa Claus. So, yeah.
I
some good
love
stuff
that
ahead.
movie.
But
I was
yeah,
actually
those-
listening to the song for that in the car on the drive. I was listening to Mr. Miser in the car.
Miser and yeah. But no, I think more than anything, I would say and close with that I'm thankful for the friendships that have formed out of all this. Like it's obviously we've become very tight, and getting to know Loki and Ironcaster and personally going through stuff together. Really, to be honest, and now to have Squeaka part of that family as well, and I'm so happy that she feels welcome, because that was one of our concerns, was making sure she knew that we loved her and cared about her. We wouldn't want her to be here if we didn't. But also, you guys in chat, you guys have just become friends. So many of you have your own channels, do your own things. We'll be able to partner and do that too. And Talk Hard has kind of become sort of an anchor for all that to exist. That's definitely for me, and I can't thank any of you enough. That's for sure.
Honestly, I don't think I can really follow that up with much better. Saying, I'm thankful for all the laughs we've had, the suffering of films we've gone through, just the memories. It gives me one more reason to look forward to, getting up in the mornings, knowing that I have a full schedule of all these shows across YouTube to watch, not just ones that I'm on, but the ones that you guys all do out there. The Cotton Council boys doing their things. Loki, of course, doing this morning show helped me get through my day at work. Pops is keep us posted with all this movie news, and Sweet is going to pop up where she's going to pop up in all of her little mouse holes.
No, absolutely. Go ahead,
I
Squeaka.
agree. I know I'm a little latecomer, but I do pop into different shows. I've known Ironcaster since T-shirted days, and and then I've been off and on with Loki, and Loki's been an amazing friend for years, just helping me out with navigating this YouTube world, and I can't thank Loki enough for all he's done. And then Pop's just saying, hey, yeah, just jump on in, let's go, let's do this. Like I've done a lot of streams, and I love the streams I do, but this is the first one where I felt like it's a home. Like I feel appreciated, like I have really good input. I don't feel overwhelmed. I laugh so much, and and it's given me that push to go and do a few more things and to be a little bit more of a regular here and not have so much lack of self-esteem. Like I've said this before on one of Loki's shows, I'm terrified of the internet, y'all. I'm terrified. I'm scared of people. I always feel like I'm not good enough for this whole YouTube scene. But to be here and to talk these movies, and I have such a wonderful time. I can't stress that enough. That I thank y'all guys so much. Like this is a home for me, and I hope y'all understand the impact y'all have on people in this avenue. All of y'all, you Ironcaster, and the things I love your Met chat, like, and the gaming reviews, like the gaming information I learned from you, and even the stuff you talk about movies. And Pops, you're like, come on, you're Pops. You're like everybody's cool dad.
Oh wait, I'm the cool dad. I gotta make sure I tell my kids, because that's not what they would say, is it, Loki? Our kids don't say that about us. No, we are not cool to them.
And then Loki, like I can't even thank Loki enough for all that he's done for me and just been there. And like y'all are really amazing. I'm so thankful that y'all are in this space and the lives that y'all have touched and mine too. So thank y'all guys for letting me be part of Talk Hard. I really, really appreciate it. I'm gonna stop being sappy now. Love you guys.
We love you, Squeakin'.
Love you.
Thank you. Thank you. Just by random chance, I got a notification that someone was going to be on with Pops. And I hop over there, and Pops is like, I don't really know that much about Halo, but we're trying to watch the show. And his guest was like, well, I don't really know that much about Halo either. And I started mansplaining, Loki-splaining in his chat, this is what this means. This is what the Covenant's about. This is, who's this person is supposed to be. And finally why don't you just come on? I'll send you a link. Why don't you just come on? And you can, and I was like, okay. And I popped on there, and then I went back again, Eventually Ironcaster came on and joined us talking about Halo. And as time moved on and we got away from Halo, because we enjoyed it. We really enjoyed hanging out on Tuesdays. We started, movies, and let's watch more movies. And then finally Squeaka came along, and Squeaka is like the missing piece of the puzzle. We were good. We were a good team, just the three of us, but then we became four strong, and it was like that D'Artagnan. Squeaka was the D'Artagnan coming into the Three Musketeers, making us whole. And it's just been.
Now you're gonna make me watch Three Musketeers, aren't you?
Just go watch the Three Musketeers.
Watch the Man in the Iron Mask. That's even sadder. At the end of that.
Are we talking about the one with Jackie Chan and Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No, we're talking about
No, but
we're talking about the one with Leo.
Yeah. The one thing I will say, just to kind of end on, is we've been leaning into more of the movies we love, and that's what I've seen more and more. More people are going back to. Like, I'm seeing more people stream about the stuff they're loving and not about the news of whatever's going on with Disney that they hate going on today. It's like, guys, we've been there, we've done that. There's more than enough people doing that. Let's focus on the shows we love. Let's go and have some laughs. Let's enjoy some shows.
Yeah, agreed.
Guys, I want to thank everybody for being here today. I thank my co-host today for being here, my guest host. You guys absolutely rock. Everyone that's been watching in chat, we love you. Thank you. Please tune in later today. I know there's a link in chat. Chris Persia's got it out there. I'm going to pin it just to make sure that if you haven't clicked it yet, you got it. Talk Hard, 5:30 Eastern today. Talking about Dutch. We're going to talk about the movie Dutch. Guys, seriously, hold on. Oh, yeah, I can do that too. Okay, so right after this, there is a show that Ironcaster is popping over to. I'm going to throw the link out in chat real quick. Over at T-shirt Historian.
We're doing a
shit about the goat. He'll know what I mean.
We'll be doing a Dungeons and Discussions, talking about some tabletop role-playing games. So, if you want to come, tell us about, come in and kind of weigh your opinions in and let us know. We'll be more than happy to have you. So come on by, show T-shirts some love. This isn't for me. This is for him.
That's awesome. And right after the show here, my video drops. It's the end of my Star Trek TOS Season 1 run. So Operation Annihilate is done. So that drops today. So I went through all of Season 1 TOS, becoming less of a Trek noob. That's all I'm going to stand on. Not that I would know much, but at least I feel less of a Trek noob. So yeah.
Go raid T-shirt. Go raid T-shirt. It's set up to, I guess he has the stream forward stuff on.
Perfect.
So I'm going to send you over there. Y'all go raid him. Guys, take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak, friend, enter. We'll see you later today on Talk Card. Have a great day, Valhalla.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe and hammer that notification bell.